So let us continue our discussion. Kindly मुझको बता दीजिए मेरी आवाज क्लियर आ रही है? अभी मेरी
Yes,
आवाज
sir.
सुनाई दे
यस
रही है?
सर, ये
Okay, okay, ठीक. Let us we will continue our discussion. So under this closed uh, ring chain type compounds, or the cyclic or the closed chain type compounds, we have to look into the homocyclic organic compounds, and under the subcategory I am discussing here the benzonides. So what are the benzonides? Benzonides are the closed ring like organic compounds, and such organic compounds contain at least one benzene ring within their core structure. So the organic compounds which are containing at least benzene ring, at least one benzene ring within their core structure, are said to be the benzonides, and they are be subclassify under the homocyclic organic compounds. And why they are said to be homocyclic organic compounds, as we have discussed earlier, because they contains the core skeleton chain or closed ring like structure which is made up of carbon atoms. So such benzonides compounds are differ from the aliphatic compounds. And how ultimately these benzonides compounds are get differ from the aliphatic organic motifs or organic motifs. They are differ in the very first perspective is they contains the double bond, as whenever you will go through the structure of benzene, you do notice it contains the simultaneous single and double bond within its structure. So these benzonides compounds, when we are comparing it with the aliphatic compounds, they do differ in their certain perspectives. The very first one which I have discussed here, or also this particular perspective is important, not only in terms of its structural pattern, but it also governs to some certain extent, or it also governs the chemical property of these compounds. So it contains the double bond in its core structure. Then they having an aromatic characteristic. I do know, I do hope that you people know what is ultimately the aromatic characteristic is. And further, these molecules do have aroma, and aroma means they have certain very specific order uh, uh, in themselves. So the next category, and one thing I have also have to discuss here, this aroma which I have mentioned here, this order, earlier these organic compounds or benzene or their derivatives or the cyclic organic compounds are generally be known as aromatic only because of its aroma. Now further they are be explored and they are be categorized, or they are be further be uh, defined as per the protocols. However, traditionally or conventionally, these aromatic compounds or the organic compounds are also be characterized by their characteristic order. So the next subcategory here is the heterocyclic compounds. So again, when we compare here the important characteristic amongst the homocyclic organic compounds and heterocyclic organic compounds, we do ultimately find here that again, although the heterocyclic organic compounds also contains or also having a cyclic nature, also having a ring like structure, but they are not very much similar in the elemental composition. So once we are comparing the characteristic, or once we are comparing the structural pattern of these heterocyclic organic molecules with the homocyclic organic molecules, although both these molecules do contains a closed ring like structure, however here in case of heterocyclic organic molecules, these molecules do contains the heteroatoms along with the carbon. And certain examples here for the heterocyclic organic compounds are, you can say, pyridine, then thiophene, furan. All these are the examples of the heterocyclic organic compounds where heteroatom is also the part of the ring, or it is also the part of skeletal or the core structure of organic compounds. So these heterocyclic organic compounds are also the very prominent or the key molecules in organic chemistry, and also they have a very important role in the drug discovery. Now, I also added here a slide uh, to classify the organic compounds accordingly on the basis of its structure. So this classification is generally on the basis of the number of cyclic motifs or the cyclic moieties that particular or the organic compound that particularly be contained. So this I just added, and if you want, you can also add this particular slide in your note. And although I have not mentioned this particular one in the introductory part where I have mentioned the classification of organic compounds, where I itself mention the source and the structure and functional group. However, under the structure, I further sub-classify the organic compounds on the basis of total number of ring or the total number of cyclic structure that particular molecule is containing. So if you want, you can add this particular thing also right in your notes, and this is also can be included well under the classification of organic compound. So on the basis of number of rings an organic compound is generally having, it can be classified as monocyclic organic compounds or a bicyclic organic compounds or a tricyclic organic compound. For an example, if the organic compounds containing the single ring, it is said to be a monocyclic organic compound. And in a case, if it is containing the double ring, then it is known as bicyclic organic compound. And if it contains the three ring, it is known as tricyclic organic compound. And further on, four rings, five rings. So four rings means it is a tetracyclic organic compound. Although any organic compound which is containing more than one ring or two or more ring is said to be a polycyclic organic compound. So this can be included. For example, I do have mentioned here that this benzene is having a one ring in its structure. It is a monocyclic organic moiety. Then aniline, it is also containing a one ring in its core structure. It is also a monocyclic motif. Then naphthalene, it is containing the two ring in its structure. Anthracene, it is containing three ring in its structure. So accordingly, on the basis of total number of the rings in organic molecule is having, it can also be subcategorized on this particular parameter also. So we do have discussed all these things. The heterocyclic organic compounds we do have discussed. I just added a slide well before. So this is the last classification of organic compounds, and this classification of organic compound is done on the basis of the primary functionality or the functional group that particular molecule is generally bearing. So as we know, the functional group is not only used sole for the purpose of classification, but it is also a very important for naming or for nomenclating any organic molecule. And this functional group plays a very important role whenever we are going for the nomenclature in organic chemistry. We do discuss the nomenclature in our upcoming lectures, and the functional group generally can also be used for the classification. However, they have its broad and very prominent role in some another aspect. For an example, I do have mentioned here, on the basis of functional group, we can ultimately be able to nomenclate an organic compound. And what ultimately the functional group is, or what is the functional group in an organic chemistry? So functional group is a collection of certain atoms in a close conjunction to each other, which helps not only to determine the chemical behavior, but also it provides or it allows that particular molecules to follow a particular set of characteristic reaction. So the functional group is very important, and we can name the molecule accordingly, or in generally in an organic chemistry, most of the molecules are ultimately be categorized on the basis of functional group. Not only the molecules are categorized on the basis of functional group, but you may, while you are going through your books, you do have having a chapters which ultimately stating ether. One chapter is on the ether, another one is on alkane, another one is alkene, on anyone is on amines, then alcohol. So the functional group is one of the prominent criteria to distinguish one organic moiety or one organic compounds from another organic compounds. And the functionalities or the primary functionalities, they not only affects the chemical behavior or the chemical pattern of the organic molecules, but they also affects the, or they also ultimately defines that which characteristic pathway that particular molecule has to be followed, reaction pathway that particular molecule has to be followed. So I here mention certain functionalities, that is if a molecule is containing the OH functionality, it is said to be belonging to an alcohol. And likewise, if this OH is combines, or if I will write this OH, as you can see here, this OH represents alcohol, indicates alcohol. However, if I do put an R to this alcohol, it is known as, or the compound is said to be belonging to the category which is known as aliphatic alcohols. Or when I put a AR OH, then it belongs that this molecule belongs to an aromatic alcohol. So likewise, if a molecule is having NH2 or NH functionality, it is said to be belonging to the means. Then R, COR functionalities, where here the R, whatever I have mentioned, these are the carbon chains or the carbon linkings or the alkyl groups. They represents the esters, and further ROR, it represents the ether. Likewise, C double bond O is for ketone. Then CHO is for the aldehydes. Then RCOH, it represents for the carboxylic acid, and the COH2, it represents for the amides. So these all are the functionalities which ultimately used for further classification of organic compounds accordingly. So these are the sum of prospect or some of the aspects by which the organic molecules are ultimately be classified. So from our next lecture, we do look into the nomenclature and further its various aspects, as well as the protocols which are ultimately be used for naming the organic compounds. So I'm so much thankful. Thank you.